Hey y'all. Welcome back. I say welcome back just because I know some of you guys might commute over from my original podcast and my original YouTube. But welcome to For All the Girls podcast. I'm so excited to be doing this finally and like bringing this to you guys. I've been working on it for a little while now. I'm super nervous. I really don't know why I'm so nervous, I guess, because I'm definitely not like new to this. I just feel like a new girl, like, it's giving new. It's giving new. um, I'm Emily. I am your host. I am the host For All the Girls podcast. So, welcome, ladies. Welcome into my OGs that are migrating over here. Hey, y'all. What's up? It's your girl. I'm just so excited for this new era and this new chapter and really just to see what God has in store for All the Girls podcast. This is something that I've been wanting to do for so long. So to finally be in a space where it's happening and I'm doing it is it's just a blessing to even have the courage to come and do something that I really want to do after, a period of not feeling good enough or not feeling like it was me that got called or it's me. So yeah, so the name, obviously, if you're coming over from my old podcast or my old channel or the other channel, I'm not gonna call it old because girls never given old. If you're coming from there, the name For All the Girls, obviously, it's a play on something I won't name because no. Um, but if you know, you know. So yeah, the name, I love the name because I feel like the happy hour with Emily was very like indicative of something, and it promoted something that I no longer want to promote. Not that I no longer do those things or whatever. It's just that when I come to a place like this, a space like this, which is like a very healing space for me, I want it to be very indicative of growth, healing, positivity, and just who my target audience is. My goal over the last couple of years has just been to motivate myself, but also like help motivate others by motivating myself. And the way that I have been able to do that a lot has been through Christ. Because while I do not want to detour anyone, I also don't want to send the wrong message. I'm a believer. I am a believer. So I don't want to ever get that misconstrued, I'm a what do they call it? A babe in Christ. Like I'm still aspiring to be to a certain level that I probably have not reached yet, but thank God for Jesus, right? So uh I have overcome a lot of things through Christ. I would be lying if I said that I got to the places that I have gotten to just simply off of my own strength or something else like anything else. It's definitely been me and the love. It's been Jesus. He is truly my savior. Okay. But also I also want this to be a space for a non-believer to feel comfortable and be able to come here and get relief and maybe meet the Holy Spirit. I do want to carry the Holy Spirit with me throughout this whole process or throughout this whole adventure. I truly believe that this is what God has led me to do. So, if you don't want to hear about Jesus sometimes, this might not be the place. But if you don't mind hearing about it sometimes, and know that I'm not saying that that has to be your faith or your religion, because I think that as long as God gets the praise, that's truly what matters, and that's just how I feel. And that might not be how another person or another Christian feels, but that's how I feel as long as God gets the glory. And that's not really, you know, how you go about that, that's totally between you and the Lord. Okay, period. But for all the girls, obviously I do really like Drake as an artist. So if you know his last album's title, then you know that the name is kind of a play off of that. But it worked out because it was not in it wasn't dedicated to that. It was just inspired by that, because this is truly gonna be a space for the girls. Like, yeah, we come up short. We go through things, and if you can't talk about it with another girl, who can you talk about it with? I mean, I don't know. I have a website which I have I think I released something. I did release a promo for the website, so we do have a website now. I just want to take this so much more seriously than I took the last thing. And honestly, I just was not in a space to take the last thing super serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going through so many intervals of BS and just drama, unnecessary things that I was welcoming into my own life, and not really, being mindful that, like, God blessed me with the platform, and you can abuse it in more than one way. Just not feeding it is abusing something that God gave you, that He didn't give most people. He didn't give everyone. We do see a lot of overnight success, but I've made a living off of what I do on my platform for the last 5 years of my life. And that's been a blessing. And when it slowed down for me, I found myself a little bit mad at God, but I had to really like get in tune with myself and say, hey, um, you really didn't do your part. You haven't been doing your part as of lately, because I got caught up in like wanting to be in a relationship, and wanting this and wanting that, wanting this image, or wanting this thing, or wanting this man, instead of just waiting on God to add those things to me, because I did kind of get away from my faith. I was raised in church, obviously. um but just finding my way back to God for myself has been monumental in my life recently. I it really quiets the noise, Shout out to Ozempic, because the girls say Ozempic quiets the food noise. Well, God quiets the noise of the outside, and He edifies you. And I really love that about God and how He works. You see how it just always comes back to the Lord. It's like I don't try to, it just goes back. He keeps pulling me back. I remember praying a prayer and asking God to just like, give me something for my followers. Give me something like m- help me to connect better to my followers. And I didn't realize that that meant that I might lose followers, because everyone isn't going to be connected to what I'm doing in your life. I didn't realize that that meant that I would like, and I also prayed for like, I had gotten really stuck in like the hair community on YouTube, and that was like not my plan at all. When I first started my channel, my intent was to like, I looked up to Nitra B. I don't know, Anitra. You guys probably have heard of her, maybe not. I don't know, but I wanted to just show my home, and my life, and just my relationship, and my dog, and I realized soon that people wanted to see me do my hair and my makeup, and the companies would pay more for hair videos than you would make just doing your regular video. So I feel like money kind of took over instead of what I truly wanted to do. And so it has been my prayer to get out of like the hair community. And so when that kind of slowed down for me, I forgot that I prayed this prayer about getting on the right path of like what I really want to do. And you guys, like, I did not want to do a podcast. Let me tell you. Your girl didn't want to do this. This is very vulnerable. And I know it looks easy to get in front of a camera and with a microphone in a room and talk, but the things that sometimes we all share in front of these cameras is very difficult things. And sometimes you get through things and it's like, okay, now it's nothing. But it really is. This is my life that I share. This is my pain and my struggles that I share with no hope other than it can help someone else see their full potential. And that makes me emotional, and I don't know why yet. But I really work on myself because I want to be a reflection. There are so many mirrors in the world that reflect so many things. My goal in my ministry is helping others, and just getting used to that and accepting that hasn't been easy, because if you met me back then, I was kind of like a wild card. I have I have things to prove that. But um I really am not the same person anymore. And I also want to be like a testament or a testimony to that who you've always been doesn't have to be who you always are. And if we haven't met everyone we're going to meet, that means we haven't met every version of us that we're going to meet. And at any point, you can change the narrative. A lot of times, people try to like tell you that, oh, you did this, you did that. Now look at you. You want to be this, you want to be that, you want to be holy. Now you did all this. But it's in my experience that God uses the foolish things of the world to make a point or to set an example. I wanted to give you guys like a brief preview of like what For All the Girls truly is. And I think my words sometimes fall short, so I try to explain it on the website. But I'm really happy with everything that I see right now. I'm really happy with the podcast and the vision that God has given me for it. And I'm super excited to grow. I didn't know going into this if I wanted to put the podcast on my main channel, because I feel like I already have an audience over there. But I decided that I have this channel, and I've only uploaded a couple of videos on this channel. So I was like, let's do it. Just gonna start fresh. And I had to realize also that like starting over wasn't the same thing as starting from scratch. Like, I'm not starting from scratch. I have so much experience. I have so many things. I've been through so many things. I can sit here without reading off of a paper. On my last podcast, I had to write everything down because I had no faith in what I knew or what I thought or what I was thinking. This time, it's not like that. This time, I'm just gonna flow because I'm plugged back into my power, and I have such faith in that, and I have faith in the community that I'm going to build. And I'm not starting from scratch. I'm starting over for sure, because I have 232 subscribers, and it's been a while. Okay, it's been a while, and this is 2024. YouTube is totally different. Okay, but I'm so confident in the God that I serve that I wouldn't dare let a number distract me. You don't know what I've been through. So a number is crazy. Like, that being the driving factor, or like nobody watching, nobody listening being a driving factor, is crazy, because I only need one of y'all to sit here and listen. I only need to touch one of y'all to feel like my job was done. I don't need 1,000 people. I just need one or two people. So I'm super grateful for my OGs that have migrated over, but I'm more excited to meet the new people, the girls. I'm so excited to meet y'all and build this community and get to know you all. We do have merch this time. Yeah. We have merch. I wanted to do this first semi episode in the t-shirts, but obviously at production I didn't get them in time, and I'm like, my week is about to start getting hectic, so I'm like, I have a lot of things I need to do, so let me just get this out because I just want to come and say hello and put a face back to a energy, back to a vibe. I want you guys to get to know the girl so that I can start to get to know you all. But this is gonna be a journey. It's gonna be a journey, and it's gonna be a great one. I do plan to like have co-host on this podcast. This episode, I couldn't wait. Like nothing was like lining up as far as like the time span and getting people on here, and it was taking too long. And I was like, bump that. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it out, and then we can worry about scheduling and the rest of that. But I have such a big vision for this. I really feel confident about this. I feel super confident in everything that's going on in my life right now. I lost my confidence a little bit, and that when you lose your confidence as a woman, that can be detrimental to everything that you have going on. So losing my confidence was just like, man, I'd never experienced that in my life. So when I lost my confidence, I kind of felt like everything else kind of just dwindled down. But instead of like, for the longest, I had just faked it and like fought it, and I kept going just so I could look like I had it all together and look strong and look like I was still Emily and like I was that person that I had always been. And then I kind of just like said, you know what? This not it. This isn't gonna work. This not me. I don't have this confidence anymore. And rather than continue to sit here and lie to myself and lie to God, I'm going to surrender to God, and I'm going to allow Him in this space. I'm going to tell Him exactly how I feel, exactly what's going on, and I'm gonna give Him the space to do what it is that He does when we surrender to Him. And so I completely got off of social media. I stopped posting. I went inward, and I just sat with myself, and I sat with God, and I'm like, this is me. This is it. I don't I can't do it. Until you show up, I can't do it. If you don't show up, I'm not showing up. And I don't even need you to show up by giving me $1 million or 1 million subscribers or um 1 million views. I just need you to show up and give me my power back. I think a lot of times we start to ask God for things instead of the spirit of something, or the power, like the energy. Like, God, give me the spirit, quiet the enemy, and make your voice loud so that I can hear you, because they say that He says that His sheep knows His voice. And so I had to get into a quiet place, because I will be honest and say I lost my confidence. And now I had gained. It was so funny because I literally um I have gained more weight than I ever had in the last 4 years, but I got this confidence about me now. Like, I know that I am wonderfully and fearfully made in His image, and I know that, y'all, I just know something. I know a thing. I know something you don't know. I know I know something, and I want to share it, and I want to share. And not only do I want to share what I know, I want to share the essence of what I know, like that feeling of what I know, that energy of what I know, because when you know how God thinks of you and what He thinks about you, it's just so much better than what anybody's outside validation could do for you. Guys, I'm going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Hey, ladies, I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast. If you are, please be sure to head over to www.forallthegworls.com and check out the blog post and the content page. Content page is my favorite. And if you feel like it, if you like it, if you like me enough, and if you feel like it, book a session with your girl and let's talk, let's chat, let's get some encouragement going. Let's get a vent session in there and let's talk about some business. But only if you want to, girl. Okay, y'all, we are back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. So, on my journey to regaining my confidence, I really have just changed as a person, and it has been very scary on like showing up as this new version of myself, and it's like I was wondering and I was really stuck in my head on like, oh my gosh, are people going to like what are they gonna think? Are they gonna feel this way or that way? What are people going to think about me and how I'm showing up or who I am now because I'm not the same me? Are they gonna expect me to be the same me? Or are they gonna welcome this changed me with open arms? Like just super worried about everything that like kind of didn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if they accept it. It doesn't matter if they stick around for it. It doesn't matter if they want something to do with it or not. It doesn't matter. It's not about them. Anybody who you cannot reach, it's not about them. That's not they're not called to you and they're not connected to you. And it who you're not connected to is not your concern. Your concern is who you are connected to. And just knowing that no matter how I show up, because this is what I am called to do, somebody gonna show up. Somebody gonna click play and somebody's gonna support it. Some God will literally bring them to you. It doesn't you worry I was so worried about all the wrong things, girl. But literally just a girl. Like I kid you not. I I kid you not. I'm literally just a girl. So it was just like, give yourself some grace. Like, stop being so hard on yourself. Like, who do you think you are, child? Like, just give yourself a little space and a little grace to grow and progress and evolve because you are just a girl. Literally. And so when I started like looking at it like that, like I'm literally just a girl. Like, ah, I'm literally just a girl. So I started to give myself grace, but it was it was nothing but God because I didn't have no grace to give myself. I was being so nasty to myself. And I just want to tell y'all, if you are going through something and you are known for being strong and you're known for showing up for everybody and you're known for being Mrs. Make It Happen and you're known for just being that killer and you fall short of all of those things or any of those things or one of those things and you fall short, just know give yourself some grace because you just a girl and thank God that you were able to be that pillar or that strong friend or Mrs. Make It Happen and you always thank God that at some point you were able to be that. It's okay to not be able to be that anymore or all the time because when you're strong, I mean, who gonna be there for you? Who's there for you? Nobody expects you to ever fall short or you to be weak because you are always so strong and you always have it figured out. I looked for a lot of I looked up and I was like, well, can't they see that I'm in pain? I looked up and I'm like, well, can't they see that I haven't said anything in 2 weeks? Well, can't they see? And so it was like, maybe not. Maybe they can't see. But then again, why do you need them to see? Because just because I am this for them, I keep looking for somebody to be that for me. But thank God that I do have a best friend. I got the best friend. I got the strongest friend. My friend's stronger than me. I have the best friend in the bestest friend in the whole wide world, and that for me was God. And so God told me to give myself some grace and be kind to myself and speak how I speak about you. Think how I think about you. Like, that's not what I said about you. That's not how I feel about you. I'm here. You can always plug back into me. You can always come home. So I came home, y'all, and I love it here. I love it here. And again, I am just a babe in Christ, okay? I'm still trying. Still trying. I'm just a girl, literally. I'm gonna call this episode one, because it's episode one. Hey, how y'all doing? Episode one. Confidence. Getting back to confidence. Okay. That's gonna be the title. Getting back to confidence. And showing up as my authentic self now. Because I was trying to stay here and show up and evolve, and I'm powerful, but I ain't that powerful. Okay. Period. So I can't do everything at one time. I have to take baby steps, but baby, the baby steps is over. We in motion, okay? We in full motion. We get into it. Period. Okay? Cause it's time. It's time. So girl, every week I want you to come right back here. Don't be late with your pen pad and your pipe, with your pen and your pen pad. Okay, period. You can even use a Sharpie because we're gonna get straight to it. Like, it's gonna be fun and funny, but we're gonna also get straight to it because I believe that it's time. There are literally so many influences in the world, and it's like I want to add mine. I want to add my influence because I see how the other influences are influencing, and I want to add an influence to that influence. I want to put me in the mix. Coach, put me in the game. And coach put me in the game. So we back in the game, baby. And so, like, yeah, let's do it. If you don't have anything else to do, you bored, go to www.forallthegworls.com. There will be a new journal post this week. The post that's on there is about 2 weeks old because that was just the launch and I wanted to just do something. But check out the journal post, book a session if you want to chit chat. If you have, I offer 3 services currently, which are the business session where we talk about business and I can help you with your business in any way that you may need help with, whether it's starting YouTube, starting a podcast, equipment, whatever the case may be. We have the business session. And I also have I have some corporate friends. I have a lot of different sources and resources to pull from and plug you into, real estate, all of that kind of stuff. I have so many resources available that I've been working on. Then we have the vent session. If you just need a friend, you need someone to talk to, a listening ear, you don't want to call nobody that you know, you want to call your girl. We have the vent session, and then we also have the encourage session where you just need some encouragement. Like, you're trying to do something and nobody around you believes in it or has ever heard of it, and you just need somebody that believes with you, because where 2 or 3 are gathered, he said he'd show up. Okay, he said he'd show up, and I believe in you, baby. So we have the encourage session. So if you want to, and they're super affordable, but do not feel obligated to book anything. That is not a mandatory situation at all. It's just an option and a resource that I wanted to be available to women, because sometimes we don't want to go to a therapist and we can't talk to our family or friends, but we do need an outlet. So I wanted to be an outlet for you all, if you will allow or if you see fit. So that is available. The merch will be up on the site. This By the time this episode goes up, the merch will be available if you would like to support me. Or the shirts, they're super cute, y'all. They are adorbs. I designed them myself, and I like to think I have a good taste. What y'all think? No, maybe y'all gonna see. um, and if you just want to leave me a topic or a story or anything, you can go over to my Instagram, our Instagram at For All the Girls on Instagram, and you can DM me and leave me an anonymous. If you can tell me whether you would like to remain anonymous or not, and you can leave me a DM if you would like to be featured in the podcast. Any businesses that would like to be featured in the podcast, also send us a DM or email. I'll put the email across the screen because y'all don't know that by heart yet. This is again all very new for your girl, but this has been fun. I look forward to talking to y'all and building this community and growing with you all. I love you guys so much, and thank you guys for tuning in to the first episode of For All the Girls. Kingston said it's time to go, therefore it's time to go. I love you.